はい、はやて丸です。アウトライダーズやっていきましょう。
Found something you should know about. More of Monroy's writing. Seems he discovered the same thing we did. About the packs transforming.
Does he say why? Why they would do that to themselves?
No. Only that he and his men stayed here for some time, studying and experimenting on the obelisk, trying to understand its powers while repelling non-stop attacks. But when he learned that his fort had fallen, he finally retreated back to his colony.
His colony? That means there could be more of them out there. We should look for them. After we find the signal.
We're so close. The signal's coming from just beyond this ridge.
Stay on the lookout. You see any movement, run.
Sa, また新しいところに来たぞ。
Sit tight, people. I'm gonna clear the way. It's time for some answers.
バビロン。移動しすぎじゃない？
What do we have here? Zahidi, I found some more writing from Monroy's people. I think we must be approaching their colony. It seems Monroy didn't believe the packs were so peaceful. When their tech started getting fried, he suspected the packs were trying to sabotage him. Then, just as a storm was brewing up, they caught the packs doing one of their obelisk rituals.
Did Monroy think the packs were causing the storm?
I thought the same thing when I first saw August in those ruins in the forest.
いや、すごいな。
Monroy ordered his soldiers to stop them. It was on that day that Dr. Indira recorded the first pack's deaths.
Please collect all the writing you can find for me. Perhaps we can learn their story.
It's your corner, John. Ne? Baksana. Bak ne dedi? Oh, やった、村近落とした。ありがとう。てめえか。強っこのショットガン。え、やばて。やめ。バカが。
After the first big storms burned out most of their tech, sounds like Monroy got furious. He demanded explanations from the packs and access to their powers. But they didn't understand. They offered everything they could. They led Monroy through the jungle to their sacred city.
Probably this city. The place we've discovered.
ごめんなさい。え、何これ。やばい。邪魔。こいつが出してられるかな、ブラックホール。
Pax took him to the Grand Temple, tried to show him how they communed with the anomaly. But Monroy thought it was a plan to assassinate. He ordered the executions of the Pax leaders and locked down the temple until he could learn how to control it himself.
My God. Monroy, he misunderstood everything the Pax did.
はい、そこで止まろう。 じゃあべ。俺に触れると感電するぜ。うっ。いっけえな。マジで前々まで苦戦してた敵すらもこのショットガンの前では雑魚のようだな。あ、やばい、ね、あ、嘘。
After they'd executed the pack's leaders, Monroy's people started moving into the city. This was their colony. They took over the homes of the packs, forcing them to work for them, to serve them.
In other words, they made them slaves. They believed the loss of their machinery was the Pax's fault.
Doesn't matter what they believed. There's no excuse for enslaving another race.
There's gotta be hundreds of dead packs here, executed, piled up. This whole city is a mass grave.
Monroy's people, they did this.
I think it's getting
なんか
real
トロフィーも
clear
らった。
who the packs were scared of, who they changed themselves into ferals to protect themselves from.
やめろ、来るな。よし。何しようとしてるこいつ。一体なんかブラックホール。タコつきます。おれ。しえ。うま。こんにちは。
Seems like they got hit by the worst storm yet. Hundreds died, humans and packs. Some of the obelisks were damaged too,
過去
so
最大の
whatever the
嵐だっ
packs
て。
once were doing to control the storms, they couldn't do it anymore. He feared an uprising, losing control as packs started to abandon the city. Nikolai Galyatkin, Monroy made him general and put him in charge of weapons production.
No doubt the same weapons the ferals used against them later.
Monroy. This palace is covered with flags, all with... It's gotta be his face. He made himself king of the packs.
A king?
A tyrant.
何今の。よっしゃー。
Monroy was sending out raids to hunt down the fleeing packs. And that's when the uprising he'd predicted finally found him. But it wasn't the packs. At least, not as he expected.
The ferals. He never saw them coming.
But Monroy didn't retreat. That asshole dug in out there, in the desert, and tried to track them down where they were coming from. That's when he found the canyon and the great obelisk. He finally understood there who the ferals were. But that's when he got word that the city was under attack.
And so it was. The beginning of the end.
なるほど。じゃあ、ということで、キリがいいので、今回はこの辺で終わりたいと思います。ではまた次回、お疲れ様でした。